All righty. Another day on the corner. Anybody showed up or not? I don't know what's it say. Do I don't know how you tell. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't know how to check anything. That's the way it goes. Oh yeah, it looks like one person. That's probably me. Didn't know if I'd make it today. I had to just finish making a pot of tea. The baby boiled it this morning. I just finished making it in the. I wasn't out this morning. Just finished making it right now. Alton, how you doing, buddy? What's up, Steve? BF Blair. Okay, how you doing? Little Klondike Outdoors. There you go. How you doing? I like to watch outdoor stuff on here. Um, Actually, I'm gonna go fishing tomorrow. I was gonna go Wednesday, but something come up, so I weren't able to. I did pretty good last Friday. A lot of little bitty stuff, about like that. Caught a couple. I never caught much this year bigger. I don't know, maybe 8 inches, something like that. I have caught a few, but not much. But it's going to be a decent day tomorrow. It's supposed to be the nicest day of the week. We just had a bad storm here. We had a thunderstorm, tornado, and everything here till 9. But hopefully it won't get too bad. Did you have a thunder? Yes. Yes, we did. It's dark as night here and about to break loose. Yeah, Alton, it cut loose here about a quarter after 6 or so. It's just passing through. It was done by about 6:30, 20 minutes till. It I think we're under it to 9 tonight. That bad storm warning. So I wasn't sure it was going to have any power. Have you watched any Lucas Black? No. I don't think so. I don't really follow anybody. I kind of watch what pops up on my feed. Um, there is a local board that does fishing right down in Hopewell, and somebody's doing local fishing around here. I see him go to Pocahontas Park once. He's been over to the western part of the state too. Campground down in Virginia Beach area. He's been down there fishing too. I seen him. I think it's a couple. Steve from Wisconsin. Okay, JNP. Here's my Packer shirt. You see it? You know, you ain't gonna be able to read it, but down here in the corner here, I think it says 1997. It's one of my newer shirts. 70 mile per hour winds. Yeah. Well, they've had a lot of bad weather over the. I seen where West Virginia got flooded the other day. Just swamped. Where was that at? I don't remember where it was at. I remember reading an article about it. But you get a little bit of rain, just like what happened down in North Carolina. You get a little bit of rain in a mountainous area like that, and it just funnels all the way down. And that daggone mountain ain't but a big funnel. And anybody down on the bottom gets flooded. It is unreal. There's a football team my dad's high school used to play over in West Union, I believe. But we went down there one year after a flood to watch them play them, or up there. And they had to mark above the crossbar in the football field where the water had gotten to on the football field. That's how deep it had got down there. But it's a little low spot down there right at the bottom of that hill. And all that water it was unreal. Crossbar is like 10 foot or something. Unreal. Chicago Heights, Illinois. John Stanford, how you doing, boss? You I don't know, man. I think I rung the bell for you. Weren't you the one that worked for the public works up yonder? Man, I got so many I can't remember. But I think so. Bad storm here in Michigan yesterday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it kind of hit the whole Midwest there. I don't know, the past week or so. It's been a lot of storms going on. It's been and we've had rain every day this week. Monday was pretty much a washout, but it's gotten summer here. You get them real high temperatures out there and the humidity, and over in the evening, you always have a storm. We got probably at least a 20 and 30% chance every day. Next week, I think they backed it up to like a 10 or some bull. But next week it's supposed to really get warm down here. I don't think we'll hit 100, but we're supposed to get to 98 a couple of days, I believe. But the humidity added on to it, and that's what really caused it all to build up and shake loose. Yeah, we had a bad. Yeah, we were supposed to get bad storms tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. School district and surveyed major survived major surgery. Okay. I don't know who that was. It ain't been but a couple of months ago. I remember he told me he was looking forward to not having to go out in the wintertime no more. It'd be his first winter without having to work or something like that. I can't remember who that was. Oh, speaking of which, hey man, I finished them daggone keychains. See how well y'all can see those. I don't know if it's going. I want to put another coat maybe over top of here, over top of the wood. So I left the felt alone. I didn't coat that or none. So so now I get to start on my other project. I wanted to finish that up by the weekend. I mean, what was it? I'd done that video about a rainy Wednesday. I don't know when that was, probably 3-4 weeks ago. Well, this week's the next time that I got to those. So it took me 2-3 weeks. So it takes me a long time to do any daggone thing. But I'm on my time, Doc, you know. Upper 90s starting Sunday. Okay. Are those keychains Packers colors? No, They I think it goes by size. That where that green is, sometimes there's yellow there or white. I think there's 2 or 3 different colors. Because you got some, they're all about the same length, but some are real fat and some of them are real thin. It's just about the size of that green in there. And it has a little bit of white strip around it. It must be so they know how to load them in the piano. So, and it's probably the thicker ones are probably for the thick strings in it too. That could be, I don't know. So no, it's not really Packers colors, but kind of is. Hey, Mrs. Steve, how many recliners have you been through since you retired? I haven't been through. I still got the one I had before I retired. I've been through a lot of chairs out there on that deck, though. I used to have a couple of rocking chairs when I first started. No, when I first started, I had them old plastic Adirondack chairs out there. Windstorm come up and blew them off of that deck, and I got 2 left. One of them's good. I use that for around my fire pit, and the other one's kind of busted a little bit. I stick it in the garden to sit on. So when I'm doing a video from the garden, that's what I'm sitting in. One of them is busted. The arm is busted up there. Then I dragged 2 actual indoor rockers. It's them old gliders they had. I don't know if they sell them anymore or not, but it's kind of a glider like. And I had them for a couple of years out yonder. And they don't hold up well outside. I didn't put them inside in the summertime or anything. He had them out under his carport. When I was cleaning up over yonder, I just drug them over to the house. But now I got that metal stuff out there, so it ain't gonna go nowhere for a few years. Isn't this retirement thing a blast? Man, you ain't lying, Glenn. You are not lying. You know, I mean, I hate to talk about how good it is. I don't want anybody to think it's easy or any of that junk, or it's that way for everybody, because I know it ain't. But Doc, I can only tell you what I got, and I mean, it's fantastic. I ain't gonna lie. It is. It really is. You get that time back, man, and that's what gives you that feeling of freedom. It honestly feels like you can do any daggone thing you want. Whether you can or not, it don't make no difference. It just feels like you can. It's like when I go down to the river. I done a video about that last year, about how it makes you feel. I mean, you feel loaded. Middle of the week at 10 o'clock in the morning, man, you're hanging out on the river, snagging a few fish. I mean, average people just don't get to do that. I'm not running my own business or CEO of somewhere where I can call in for the day. We need the money. We got to show up. But once you retire, man, and you're able to do that, I'm telling you, man, there just ain't nothing like it. And once you get a taste of it, man, and once you figure things out, man, you just can't get any better, Doc. Adirondack chairs are hard to get out of. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I've done a video on here. I think I did where I was trying to get out of one. I don't know if I left it in that old man grunts, what I call it. So I wanted to build a couple and stick them out under the magnolia out front because I had them blue chairs out there. My daughter hated it. She said it looked kind of trashy. So I took them to the back. But I was going to paint them Adirondack chairs green and gold. Put Packards across the back on the slats. My wife don't see my vision. Scotland. All right, Will. I'm glad to see you, buddy. How's things going over there? Midnight. My goodness. Man, I'm 3 sheets to the wind by 10 o'clock usually. How's my garden doing? I lost all my squash. I didn't get to that daggone powdery mildew quick enough, and it killed them. We did get a couple handfuls off, but I might have to pull them all up. So I went and bought some more stuff today to get on them, but I don't think I'm gonna waste it on them. I use that daggone neem oil because you can spray that right on the fruit too. You ain't got to be particular where you spray it at, and but you gotta apply that about every 7 days or so. And I must have missed a few days, and I mean they're still kicking out there, but I don't know. I'm upset about that. I like my squash, but other than that, it's doing real good. Tomatoes are holding up. If it didn't get blown over in this wind, last year I had trouble with them growing over the stakes. Windstorm come over and snapped them all over like that. I just let them keep growing. So we'll see. And we got a lot of cucumbers out there. Peppers are coming on strong. I got some of them ox hearts. They're supposed to be shaped like a heart. I didn't get many of them off of there. None of them worth anything last year. They didn't get full size out there. And so hopefully I'll get quite a few of those coming up. So hopefully they'll make a pretty one. My buddy across the way over yonder, he's 86. He was talking about them. His granddad or his dad used to grow them when he was a kid. I'd never heard of them, so I figured I'd put a couple in and see if I couldn't get him some off of there. Honeydew list. Grown since you retired. Kind of. I mean, we just had a tub put in about 2 weeks ago now, I guess. So we got to go in there and paint all that. And of course, I had to get the hardware for the sink to match the tub. So I'm going to have to put that in. We got to go in there and paint that. And baby's got a new mirror she wants to put up in front. So I got to do that. So that's kind of added to me. Then we're going to have some work done on the house. Got to talk to the boy tomorrow about that. I have to wait till he gets here before I get down to the river. So it kind of grows, but I don't know. I can't do much, so she doesn't really ask. Please keep talking about how your good retirement is. We'll be sending in my paperwork the first week of July. A squared, all right. To retire in October. Nice to hear about how good your retirement will be. Thanks for your videos. Yeah, man, it's if you go into it with the right attitude, I think a lot of it's that. That was mine. Look at the positive side. It's easy to think of the negative stuff and scare you out of it. But if you look at the possibilities that are out there, you can do everything or nothing. It's your choice. And that's, it was just the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or Tuesday. I was just sitting out there on the deck here. I'd been messing around in the dungeon over there for a little while. I was sitting on the side. I wasn't sitting up in a chair there. I reached down and picked up a wide piece of grass like that. You ever do that when you was a kid? Put it between your thumbs and blow through it. Something simple like that, man. And that's all you really need. Me, anyways, man. I'm an oddball. I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't take a lot to excite me. And I think the night before I was out there late messing around. It was getting dark on me, and I watched the lightning bugs dancing through the trees out yonder. Something simple like that you enjoyed as a kid. It takes on new meaning now now that I'm retired. I don't know. Brian Harrington just got home. Some rough storms rolled through here at the house near Chesterfield Mall. Yeah, still got power. Keep up the good videos. Yeah. Well, I was just telling them that I think it's about a 6:15 they rolled through here. It lasted 15, 20 minutes, and they run home. But we're still under thunderstorm watch till 9, I think they say. Even got a chance for a large hail and some chance it might kick off a twister or two, too, is what it says on Channel 12 News. That's where I check my weather at. I just go online and read it. So anyways, but yeah. Y'all have your glass of tea? Sit down, take your shoes off. We are under extreme heat warning. Oh, okay. Let me check that. Oh, really? Well, what's it supposed to get to up yonder? You're under extreme heat warning. I guess it's got to get up in the 90s like that. One year when the kids were little, we went up to Gettysburg. We went up that way for somewhere else. We went to Hershey Park and all that junk. And I got an aunt that lives over near Pittsburgh. Well, she actually lives on the state line between Ohio and Pennsylvania. A little northwest. Yeah, a little northwest of Pittsburgh. She's about, 30 minutes or something from there. But they was having a heat wave that year up yonder. It was supposed to be hot up yonder. And we didn't think it was that bad. But her grandkids were out on the front porch, on the front yard, running around. And they were playing with our kids because they're all about the same age. They're a little bit older. Her kids are older than me. And they said we had to go in because it was too hot. But the grass was cool, man. It's cool on your bare feet. It felt great. So, and the same year, the thing happened to us when we went up to Niagara Falls. We went up there about this time, sometime in June. It was early in the season. And it was cool up there to me, but there was a guy up there cutting grass without a shirt on, a pair of shorts. I mean, man. But it's going to reach 90 feet. Yeah, I feel like that's what, yeah. Yeah. Well, my wife talks to my aunt up there a couple times a week. She'll call down here, or Kanya call her. And she said that they really hadn't had much Much summer up there. It's been raining a lot there too. She was done with it. She called. We was talking to her over the winter. She says, "I'm sick of it. Sick of it." So, but shoot, she's been up there 70 years, I guess, or better. I don't know how old she was when she got married. So she ought to be adjusted to it by now. Got me some Gold Peak sweet tea. That way, Alton. You can't go wrong with a glass of tea and sit down and think about stuff. You just can't. But oh, I don't know if I got. I don't know if y'all see that. That's my boy when we went down the Packers tour, went toward the stadium and stuff. There's the outside heading into Lambeau Field. Paul Hornung's Heisman up in the Hall of Fame they got there. That's where we were sitting at Brett Favre down there getting ready to throw a pass in pregame. I put them in a little bag here. I set them here in case I get a chance to show everybody. I finally made the live. Pepper, how you doing? Worked on a roof Tuesday here in Michigan. Got up to 9. Wow. Well, that's good. I mean, as long as you like what you do. I mean, hey, man, I enjoyed my job. It's everything that surrounded it that finally got to it to me. It caused me to get the heck out of there. I always had good jobs. That coal running job, man, was great because you had a coal shack way down at the end of the plant. All you did was hit a few buttons for the conveyors to run, and they put it in the hopper up in the power building. I mean, that was a great job. But the thing is, that was a starting job, and they move you up. The next step is the boiler operator, and I didn't want no parts of that. So, but they didn't pay as much as the chemical plant anyway. So luckily, I got on there and left there. You saw Brett? Yes, I did. From I don't know, what were we, about 15 rows back? I think we were on about 30 or 40-yard line. So yeah. I went because I think that was in 2010, I believe. And I thought at that time he was talking about retiring or moving about every year. And I knew he'd been there for a while, so I wanted to get to see him live play. And Henderson went to Thomas Dale High School down here. And that's the one I went to. He graduated after me. But so I wanted to go watch him play. I saw him play high school ball. And so I went up there at that time. Me and my son went up. So I'm drinking my own homemade sweet tea. Oh yeah, it come through here, Pepper. It wasn't as bad. We got a little bit of wind, and it come down hard raining for 15, 20 minutes, and it was lightning and thunder pretty good, but it didn't last long at all. So, I mean, that's the way it works in the summertime down here. You're subject to a storm every evening, really. So, yeah, but I mean, we're supposed to be under till 9 tonight. I don't know if you guys are. So, down towards the beach, probably hitting down there about now. Just stormed here in Northwest Florida. Yeah, well, y'all have the same problem down yonder with the heat and stuff. It rains quite a bit down there. We don't have anybody in Northwest Florida. All of ours are down around Cocoa, Merritt Island, stuff like that. And so we've been down there a few times over the years to visit them. We went to Disney one year when the kids were small. And it rained. I think it rained every evening we were there. Not much, a light shower, But it gets so hot down there and muggy. And that stuff builds up. Yeah, we're getting okay. Currently 96 here in southern Utah. No kidding, man. That's warm. That's warm. I don't know if it got to 95 today. It did said so in my truck, on the thermometer on the truck, but you can't go by that. But yeah, our heat index is supposed to be in 100. I don't know. I know it was yesterday and today. I don't know if it's supposed to get there tomorrow or not. I think the humidity is supposed to drop a little bit tomorrow. But next week, probably about all week. They're calling for it to be in the 90s all week. 96, 98, stuff like that. Don't take much humidity to make it feel 105 like that. So, cut grass today. I just finished. I had to come in the house real quick and get me a bite to eat and set this up. Usually I make a test run of this, make it private so I can see that I got everything set up right. But I didn't get a chance to today. So, driving an F-150, no. Dodge Ram Tradesman. Translation work truck. 115 in Phoenix. Man, you are nuts, man. I don't think I've ever been in 115 degree weather. I know I ain't. I think about the highest it's ever been here, temperature wise, is maybe 104, something like that. 105, maybe. Yeah. No, I couldn't take it, man. That's high. That's high. I don't care whether you get humidity or not. That's hot. Yeah, it is. That's crazy. Steve-O is life. 74 North Michigan. That's a little cool, though, man. That's a little cool. This time of year, anyways. Feels great when it, like in March or something like that. Or if you get a warm day in February. But this time of year, I'd have to put long pants on it to be in this heat. It's a dry heat. Yeah, okay. That's what they say, Steve. I've never experienced it. So I would like to check it out one time, see the difference. But 115 is 115, daggone. It's hot. And I know baby's from South Carolina. And I swear that the sun's hotter down there. You go out there and it feels like your skin is cooking. You know, I mean, it gets hot. But she hates it up here because she says the humidity's worse here. I don't know whether it is or not, but for her it is. So, I don't know. Meant to say live. Oh, okay. Steve-O is live. Okay. 82 in Wisconsin. That's good. That's nice. That's nice. You know, 80, 85, something like that. But I mean, and honestly, man, I don't do a whole lot outside. It's going to cause me to stop because of the heat. I mean, I cut grass. You know, I'm riding the whole time, so it's not like I'm putting out any exertion. And if I do have to do any heavy kind of work, I'll do it in the mornings or in the evening, like this after dinner before the sun goes down. That's a good thing about the summer. It's such long days, and you can do that stuff late in the afternoon when it cools off. So I'd still, yeah, I'd much rather have it be 85 or 90 than I would 30. Your fingers get cold, even with gloves. Mine do, man. Your bones ache. It just makes things a little bit harder. And I'm all for ease of use. It's like opening your oven door. I bet. Yeah. And that's hot. That's a hot breeze comes out that oven when you open it. Yeah, anything above freezing is good in Wisconsin. That year we went to that ball game was in December. I figured I probably wouldn't only get up there but one time, so we went in December hoping it would snow. Catch the true meaning of the frozen tundra, and it did. It didn't snow, didn't accumulate none, but it had flurries that day. It was cold. The warmest spot in the whole stadium was in the bathroom. They had the heats on, and there was hundreds of people in there. So, but yeah, that outside the concourse or whatever, that was cold because you had that open space and that wind blowing down it like a tunnel. I hate the humidity around here. You go outside, it feels like you stepped in the shower. Yeah, well, that's what the wife says. It's and I think my son, when he was little, he had what they call it, sports induced asthma or something like that, and it was hard for him to breathe in it. I don't know if it bothers him any now, but the allergies around here are bad, and everybody in the family's got that. They're eat up with it. I remember my son was little. I could send him out to the shed from here to get the lawnmower, and he'd start sneezing his head off just in that little bit of distance. So, oops, almost missed it. Be hot down here. My days are not scheduled by work anymore. It's scheduled by the number of showers. Well, that's good to hear, boss. I got you down, buddy. Oh, I caught me a couple of perch on that rod, boss, and not the Japanese rod, but the other one, and caught perch on there and brim. I caught a couple of brim too. Last Friday is when I caught the brim and stuff on it. And I can tell you what, that sucker's deadly for them little panfish, man. I don't lie to you. Has been for me, anyways. I'm gonna go out again tomorrow, hopefully, and snag a couple. Get you some local honey for those allergies. Yeah, well, I heard that years ago and told the wife. That's why when we go to these the local farmers markets, because Hopewell has one I think they have one every Friday there in the summer. And downtown Chester has one every Saturday in the mornings. And get some of that honey down there, local honey. I don't know that it actually helps, but the theory behind it is good. They're using their local pollen to do it. So, but I think it did for a little while. But it's an option. Good to hear you getting to use them some. Oh yeah. I hadn't been able to much this year, but things are starting to slow down a little bit and get back to normal. So yeah. Have you been going walking lately? No, I have, but I haven't been going 5 days like that. I try to at least get 3 days in. Most weeks out the year, I get 5 days in, but it's kind of been hit and miss these past 2 weeks. I'll take a spell like that. There'll be stuff coming up. Like we got that guy coming in the morning at 9 tomorrow. So I can get down to the park at 7 or something, but I don't know that I will. And about 9 o'clock this time of year, you can't get out there and do that walking like that, because I take my walk in the mornings to get my heart rate up. It's for my health. Keep everything flowing good and everything, and cleaning your arteries out and junk. And you just get out there. You're wringing wet. It takes it out of you to exert like that in that heat. So if you don't get out there usually in the summertime, I get out there about 7 or 8 and get it over with before that humidity kicks in. But yeah, well, I do take my walks, and I try to get at least 3 days, and I usually do. I don't think very few weeks I haven't gotten 3 days in, but most time it's 5 days. I started taking the honey and February, build it up, and it seems to help me keep the crud away. Yeah, well, that's the trick. You really need to get that stuff in your system before it comes on allergy season. It's what I always heard. I don't know. I have very little trouble with it. I didn't have any trouble till I was probably around 50. I could come out of work and over in that flower garden my little lady had over here before she moved across town and just be covered in it. It didn't even bother me at all. But one year I got a bad sinus infection. And ever since then, I've had trouble with it. Just little stuff. It's better to walk in the morning. I think so. Yeah, I bet you do, Roxy. Yeah. Well, my thing is I can get it in. I know everything's done during for the rest of the day. I got that out the way, and it's a good way. It's a wake up for me too. Because usually before I leave here, I usually do my little physical exercise and body weight exercises here. About 20, 30 minutes of it, little stuff just to kind of get the blood flowing. And I do a little stretching of my calves walking up and down the hall, and then I go hit the park for my walk. So it's part of a process for me. No, not if I go in the morning time. Yeah, I don't think I have any trouble with it in the morning time. In the evening, like this, before sundown, they'll eat you alive out there on the daggone garden. Mosquitoes. You can't sit out there for long. But on my walks, especially walking like that, if I was to walk a little ways and stop now, yeah, they'd nail me. But once in a while, you'll get one of them horse flies or whatever zing around your head. But not in the morning time, not with the bugs that don't. I'm doing every other day with the walks. Give me my recovery day. First one was 2 miles. Now you're up to 7 miles. My goodness. When I started, I was at 4. Well, I worked my way up to that. And now I joined a community center across over yonder in Hopewell. That way there I can go over there and walk on bad weather days. I figured it'd help me keep more consistent with it. But they got some weight machines over there. So I use it. I try to get there 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on those days, I only walk 2. Because what I'll do is I do my little stuff here. I'll take that walk, and then I'll run into Hopewell and hit that gym. But on the days I'm not there, I've been trying to get 4 down for those 2 days. 4 miles is roughly an hour and 15 minutes or something like that for me. And if I take a walk in the evening here, it's just in the neighborhood. It's a dead end road, and I just stroll there. That's just a view and talk to the neighbors. It's not for that morning is actually for exercise. I work out in the mornings and walk in the afternoons if I'm off work. Yeah, you got to get it in when you got to. I used to work. I walked for a long time. Years ago, we had gotten a book from the safety department at work when I worked over at the string factory, and it's 2000, yeah, right at 20 years now, right? Because I got laid off in 25 from over there, and it was probably in the 90s we got a book about walking for exercise. So once I got that book, and because they have some programs in there for you, according to your fitness level, how to build up and everything. So I followed them, and I'd done it for a long time. But one fall, I injured my Achilles, both of them, and I got shook out of it because it took a long time for me to get over that, a long time. And so I kind of slacked off there towards the end of my working career, walking. Last, I don't know, 5 years or so, I didn't do very much at all. But it's good exercise. It's like in body weight exercises. They're low key, low impact. You don't have much chance of getting injured. When you first starting something like that, you don't want to get an injury to cause you to stop because it disheartens you and you'll never get back to it. I don't know. I mean, that's my fault on it. It's the way I look at it. I try to set myself up for success. Well, that's good. Yeah, you don't want to push it too much, Swamp Rat. That's man, that's a long ways. So I broke down in Chester one time when my daughter was little. She used to like to go to the dump with me when she was a baby. I'd put her in the car seat, take her up there to the dump. I'd throw my stuff in the dumpster they got up there, and on the way back, we'd always stop and I'd get her a little thing of chicken nuggets. I guess she was 3 or something like that. But she had some reason I had to stop somewhere else in town, and truck wouldn't start. So I had to work 412s that day. So I ended up throwing her on my shoulders and walking. Well, I don't have a cell phone anyways, but I think that was before cell phones come around. They were real popular. I threw her on my shoulders and walked all the way home. And we was getting ready to turn into the neighborhood over here. And the wife come from the other way, and she turned in. I don't know where she'd went, but and that was a long ways. I bet that was every bit of 7 miles or more. And she fell asleep on my head. I was holding her hand like this here, and she leaned her head over on my head, and I had that button on my head, my hat, and she's pushing that sucker right in my skull. You said you went to Gettysburg. Did you have relatives that fought there? Not that I'm aware of. They have a thing there. They have a research department there that would look for it. I think at that time they charge you to check. Now the baby had she had people that fought all over up here in Virginia for that war. She's got a list of them. She does that genealogical research stuff, but I don't have no idea about my family. Got no idea. Dad's from West Virginia and Mama's from South Carolina. I always like to think they've met each other on the battlefield somewhere, but I don't know. Got no idea. Do you like retirement? No, man, I hate it. Can't stand it. Yeah, I do. I really do. It's I mean, I didn't have the expectations that a lot of people seem to have about retirement. I didn't have the desire to do a lot of stuff that you see put out there. So it was fairly easy for me to enjoy it and to attain the kind of retirement dream I wanted. So, I'm kind of skewed on kind of some of that stuff. But yeah, I love it. I mean, I just can't see how come somebody wouldn't. But I know there's a lot of people out there that ain't built like me. Sitting down for 5 or 10 minutes kills them. But not having some kind of deadline hanging over it. Some people thrive in that kind of chaos stuff, and I was sick of it. So, but yeah, I like it. How often do you get bored? I don't. No. That's another thing. I was worried about that. Because when you're working, man, just about everything revolves around work. You got to get your shower in at a certain time. You got to eat at a certain time. You got to get your outside work done, or any kind of time stuff you got to run to the store or whatever. You got to get that stuff in, so you're always on a clock. So you really don't have time to get bored. And I was worried about that. But I shouldn't have been, because I don't really get bored as a standard rule. I get cabin fever in the wintertime. But all I got to do is get outside for a little bit and it cures it. But my mind's too active. I find everything under the sun impressive. So it's easy to occupy myself. And most time it's for nothing. It's like making them little keys. I never would have thought about before, but I had the mind space. I got the time, and it was interesting. So I did it. It's just like the other project I'm going to start this weekend. I come up with that A couple of months ago, I guess. This is the first time I got a chance to get to it. But no, and I'll see something on here or on a movie or something like that, and I'll pull it up on here and learn about it or whatever. Heck, man, I was amazed by that tree out yonder. There's a bent tree out yonder. I put it up in front of one of my lives one time. Looks like a chair. So naturally, I had to, study about that and learn about that, see what it was and all that stuff. So it takes very little to intrigue me. And we got a lot of history around here. They got a spot over there on the main drag heading into Hopewell. I think it's about 50 yards. You got 3 of them historical markers up there. So, I mean, you can just be driving around and you see something, pull over and look at it. It's I don't have no trouble getting bored, none. And if I do, I got the baby here. She cure it. Kids live close by. Yes, they do. Probably within, I don't know, 5 miles. They live closer than Mama does. She probably lived about 4 miles down the road. It's only a couple of minutes to get there. So my kids live right around. So, I mean, they come by on the weekends, Father's Day, junk like that. So, I mean, they're all the time stopping by. My daughter's a teacher, and sometimes she stops by quite a bit. It's almost like she's moved back in. Major in the 57th was my great uncle. Great granddad had the dysentery and was not on the battle. And I probably would not be here if he was. So we had a big prison up there in Richmond, Libby Prison, I think they called it. So, but there was a lot of that going on down here. Hospitals and encampments and all kinds of stuff, man. It's unreal. And we had a lot to do with Revolutionary War too, over there in Hopewell at that Appomattox Manor. They had Benedict Arnold come through there during Revolutionary War, and right down here in Colonial Heights at I forget the name of that place down there. It's where I want to go next. That was Cornwallis had stopped there on his retreat back to down there where he quit at Yorktown. So I've been free for a year now. That's what it feels like doing it. It's a strange feeling, and you really can't get an idea what it's like till you get there. And then when you do, it gets better as you get comfortable in it. I mean, it just changes, man. It's just unreal, the difference. Are you spending what you budgeted for retirement every year? 5 years, man. I'm not spending anywhere near what I budgeted. So far, it's my biggest problem. Yeah, we're spending right there at this year. We're not. We're going to spend a whole lot more this year, but we're getting some work done. So, but as far as what I budgeted, yeah, we're spending pretty much right in line with our budget. I don't think I've eaten into my buffer. See, I had a buffer in my budget. That first year, we come in under that buffer. Last year, it started eating into it pretty good. And this year here, probably eat it alive. But I got built into my buffer, I had truck payment, or into my budget, I had a truck payment. And now that's taking a place in my budget, my buffer. So I just swapped it. So we still have living off the same money. We just have with the same buffer. So, but yeah, we're pretty much. But like I said, I budgeted with a buffer, with a few extra $100 a month, and then on top of that, we have a couple extra hundred that we get, but it's not counted towards our budget. Our budget just for what we spend. So, yeah, we are. I always feel guilty when I just sit around. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. A lot of people have trouble with it. It's just something you have to, I mean, you have to learn, you know. And hey, man, sitting around ain't good for you. But it take you 30 minutes out of the day, sit down and take a reading in a book or watching the grass grow or whatever. Ain't darn thing wrong with that. You don't want to do it all day, every day. But when you have a slow period, man, take advantage of it. Learn to love it. For me, I mean, it was all about slowing down in retirement. It's what I wanted. Are you worried about the Iran-Israel war? No, not really, man. I I mean, yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. I hate to see some of our young men and women have to go over there on boots on the ground. Uh, I think Israel, if they ask for help and we're able to give it to them, I got no problem in doing it. Same thing I'd do for my neighbor. Same thing for Ukraine. You know, if we're able to give them some help and they need it, I got no problem doing that. I really don't want to send our young men and women over there. I really don't. But if they want us to drop that bomb down that nuclear factory, hey, I ain't got no problem in that. I don't consider that an act of war against Iran or anything. Personal act of war, you know what I mean? Sure it is. Anytime you drop a bomb, you're doing it, but I mean, I'm not too concerned over it. It'll settle itself out, and if it don't, I mean, them guys been fighting over there for centuries. So, yeah. But I think Israel's got a bad rap. I just do. Small country surrounded by everybody that wants to totally destroy the whole country. I mean, if you got a chance to knock him on his butt before he gets up out of his chair when he's cussing you, like, yeah, you do it. So nah. How about you, Charles? You worried about it? For the few years of doing what I want. If that turns out to be nothing, that's too good. That's good too. Yeah, that's right. Joining late. I've been to Manassas when I was 13. It was pretty awesome. I've never been to the battlefields north of Virginia. Last year I went to the ones local here, and a lot of them know it's just little pit stops alongside the road. I did go to Petersburg over to Battle of the Crater. That thing amazes me. We've been over there a lot because it's, so it's 15 minutes or whatever downtown there. And it just has always fascinated me. But this year I'm gonna branch out a little bit because we got two presidents born right there in Charles City, Benjamin Harrison and John Tyler, and that's 20 minutes from here, right there, right down the road. It's on the other side of Hopewell. So, and we've been at them places too. I don't know that Sherwood Plantation is open for visitation. That's John Tyler's place. But we've been to the ones that have been open before, and it's impressive. We went up and see Jefferson and Jefferson's place and George Washington's place too. We hadn't been to Madison's place over in where's he at? I can't think of it. But we've been to 4 out of 5 presidents here. Because they're all, I can get to them all in 2 hours or less. So, a lot of history in your neck of the woods. Yeah, there is. Try not to worry about things I can't control. Yeah, what good does it do you, really? I don't know. But, I guess it could have broader implications. But, I can only handle the implications that come when they come, if they do. So, but I hate that. A lot of innocent people get killed and stuff like that. And, it bothers me. But I'm not too worried about it. A few months down the road, and it should be over with. Lancaster County, PA, to see the Amish. Yeah, they got a bunch of Amish up there in Mercer County. Is where my aunt lived at. And a lot of we got one of them, a couple families of them live right down the road from her. It's neat to go see them driving down the road. You see one of them horse and buggies with that big triangle in the back of it. So, and they have a store, an Amish store up there. We got one here too somewhere. Wife and my daughter have been to it once. But it's pretty nice. It's different. It's totally different. Went for a ride on the steam engine. Yeah. Okay. They got one in Cass, West Virginia, the Cass Railroad. I'd never been in that, and we went to Tweetsie Railroad when the kids were little. And that one's nice because the robbers come on there and try to steal the strong box full of gold, and the sheriff's on there, and they have a shootout. The Indians come on there and try to scalp you, and it's pretty interesting. It's a little fun thing. Rides up the hill there in North Carolina and comes back down. They have a little western town, Old West Town. So Manassas is awesome. Check it out. Yeah, there's a couple of them over that way or up that way. I'll get to them one day. Well, I figured I'd start close to home. Then every year I'd spread out a little bit further. That's what I did. So, John Tyler, yeah, I seen that, Alton. Let's see. Well, Buzz had a live one day. I think it was last week or the week before. I put it in there that John Tyler's son had died. His grandson. That was his last living grandchild, I believe. He lived in Shirley Plantation. He actually bought the place. Family had to sell it at one time. And what did he run? Kim Treat. I think he come up with the company Kim Treat. Him and another guy founded it. And he was able to buy the place back. And he started fixing it up and everything like it was back in the day. Yeah, his name was Harrison Tyler, I think was his name. That's hard to believe. I mean, his granddad was 14th president of the U.S. I mean, he knew all the young guys, the original founders, you know. He was president before the Civil War. And his grandson just died. I mean, that's amazing. It's always amazing me, that story. He did, they interviewed him on PBS down here years ago. He was there in his 60s, probably. You know, he was a big historian. He knew a lot about that stuff. I mean, it's just unreal what that man did. But yeah, I think he was something like 96, I believe. I enjoy your simple living retirement class of 2019. All right, that's cool. You rode steam engine and a locomotive engineer. I'm a locomotive engineer. No kidding. Is you in Mercer County, Pennsylvania? I don't know. As long as Mercer County, I know, but I'm sure there's thousands of them. No kidding. I've been up there for a lot of stuff. Well, when we go up, anytime we went to West Virginia, that's where Dad's from. I think it's about 2 hours from there. We'd always cross over to Ohio and take Route 7 up the river and get into Youngstown there and just hang a right and you go straight across. I don't know where they live at up there, but it ain't far from the state line. Well, actually, they get Ohio news and weather and stuff on the TV and stuff. So that's pretty cool, man. What was your first job? First paycheck job or first job? First paycheck job was I was working at a TV repair store. We put up satellite dishes. I don't know what my first job was. Probably holding a flashlight for Dad. I remember the first pay job I got was Geez, I don't know how old I was. Had to be, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in through there, maybe. But there was a there was an older couple across the street, lived across the street from us when I was growing up. House before they bought the house that they lived in there before they died. It They were going out of town for a week. And I think he'd give me like $1 or something like that to go over. He had a bird bath in his backyard. Dumped a bird bath every day and fill it back up with water. That was the first job I ever actually got paid for. I think he'd give me like $1 for that. Yeah. I'm 4 miles from a hotline place called Transfer. Oh, okay. I don't know about Transfer. I think I think it was Sharon Steel, I believe. That's where her husband worked at, and I had a couple cousins work there too before they shut down. I'm thinking Sharon. I'm pretty sure Sharon Steel shut down. That's where her husband was from, up that way, and she met him in a service. I think all my mom and her sisters met people from Fort Bragg down there at because they lived in Dillon, South Carolina, and it's only about an hour from Fort Bragg. So I think about all of them were in the service down in Fort Bragg, and that's where they met them at. And, only a couple of them moved away, moved back where their husbands were from. Mom went to West Virginia, then they ended up down here. Better opportunity for jobs. But she moved back with her husband up to Pennsylvania, up in that area. Okay. Well, ain't it a small world? I'm always tickled whenever. Well, it's like when I that fellow from Bennettsville, or he's actually lives in Florence now, but he's from Bennettsville. Is what he told me. Anytime somebody contacts me on here that's from somewhere I know, it tickles the snot out of me because we have a lot in common. I kind of have an idea what kind of people they are because I've been to them a lot. You know, well, it's like a couple of these on here is from Chesterfield. I worked at Sharon Steel. No kidding. Okay. Wow. That's great, man. Man, I tell you what, man, small world. That's amazing. I'll sit there. I'll go back there and, well, next time the wife call, my aunt talk, I'll tell them, hey, man, I know somebody who worked at Sharon Steel too. That's amazing, man. I don't know, man. I'll think about that all night probably. So, well, that's good. Did you retire from there? See, I can't remember. I can't remember, man. But yeah, it's a nice little place. It's a nice little parts of the county I've been in. It's a nice little place. Uh, there's a golf course somewhere over there where my aunt lives at. I know about where golf courses is at because every time, every place we went, Dad would like to stop and take a look at them. He played a lot. That's the reason I put that on all them golf balls up on the thumbnail for this. That was the last round of them I had to get rid of. I don't know how many thousands he had. He had buckets and buckets and buckets of them. I was able to get rid of some of them to some people around here and stuff. And then, well, I met Keith and Terry down at the beach. It was last year. And I took some to Keith down there. And he said he really didn't play as much anymore. I said, well, the grandkids might want to play with him in the backyard or something. I don't know. I'd give him 50 of them, something like that, a handful. And a couple of my My nieces and nephews, they took a few. But I mean, a lot of them were just shag balls he used in the backyard. So, no, didn't retire from man. They shut that plant down years ago. 91. Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Because I thought I'd heard they shut it down, but I know my uncle, he did retire from there. But my cousin, he didn't. He couldn't have because it was unless it was under different management. But yeah, so 91 or 92. Man, that's a long time ago. But yeah, that's about right. The glass is empty. It's time to go. Was it Don Meredith used to say? The party's over. Hey man, I appreciate y'all hanging out, man. I do one the third Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I'm able to remind people on a video, and sometimes I forget. Uh, and usually I do try to put out a little post like that beforehand. So it's just something different. We get to talk like this. Like I never would have known that about Bill if he hadn't told me. It's kind of unique. Fishing the New River. I've never fished the New River. We've been up that way a lot. When we head up towards Charleston, we've been up there. And it got that New River Gorge. They have Bridge Day every year in October. I've always wanted to go. I ain't jumping off that sucker, but I would like to go up there. So, but I did find out you could walk. You could take the tour under it during the year, and it's a lot less expensive. So we'll probably go if I ever do make it up there for Bridge Day. I'll probably go early, a month or so before, so I can take the walk across without it'd be cheaper. So, but I appreciate y'all hanging out, man, and it's nice of you. And I like to get to know people. Coming on here like this is for something different, and it just allows us to chit chat and talk about whatever you want. It don't have to be about retirement, because I find tons of stuff interesting. You ain't gonna believe it. So, storm is over. I think the sun is even peeking out. It did here, and then it just come up a little passing shower about 2 minutes here a few minutes ago out. So it's kind of going to be hit and miss, I believe, for the next hour, and then it's supposed to clear up. Tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty day. So, but y'all take care of yourselves, man. You guys make it a great weekend if you can. You know what? I had stopped doing that Final Expense Friday. I got a couple more I do want to get on. Those first three were I made them off and on throughout the past 4 or 5 months. So, but there's a couple more I do want to talk about, that stuff I had learned. One of them was about the overall probate process, how worried I was for that, how much trouble I always heard it was worth and stuff. It's my experience over it. And another one was the TOD and the POD, how big a deal that is, and how that saved us a lot of trouble. And then lastly is about the clean out, I believe. That's 3 more I do want to get. I won't do one tomorrow. I don't like to do more than two a week, but I will put one in probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'll finish them off. Then I'll put them all on a playlist. So, but other than that, that's it. Take care. See you on your next live. That's great, Bill. I'll be waiting on pins and needles, boss. Have a great weekend. Western North Carolina. See you at Buzz's Live. Yeah, I'll be there. I don't comment much, but I'm always tuning in. I'm keeping an eye, sort of like Santa Claus. Y'all take care of yourselves, man. Y'all enjoy the week best you can, the rest of your weekend. And we'll talk with y'all later. I appreciate you hanging out. In stream. There we go.